And now you have to ask yourself, how did 50 come into the possession of Diddy's footage for Diddy's documentary about Diddy?
A lot of insight. And this documentary is about people being able to tell their truth or tell their version.
Jam 25. It's good to see so many funny people together in one room, all wondering the same thing. It's Katt Williams.
For years, Katt Williams was dismissed as someone who simply talked too much. But everything shifted after his January 2024 interview on Club Shay. As many of his comments began being interpreted differently when public events unfolded, he was no longer viewed by some audiences as merely joking. Instead, he was seen as questioning power, silence, and an entertainment industry they believed protected influential figures. Then came 50 Cent's documentary Sean Combs, The Reckoning, which revisited long-discussed allegations surrounding Diddy while leaving many other prominent names untouched. As Diddy's legal troubles grew more intense, Katt Williams' earlier comments resurfaced, especially his reference to 7 untouchable figures. According to the narrator, those remarks encouraged many viewers to revisit his interview and speculate that he may have been pointing towards something much bigger.
Video from Suge Knight. It's from his podcast with Dave Mays, and he's speaking on, Tupac and Snoop being cool and how, after Tupac got killed, Snoop started hanging out with Diddy. And, he also speaks on how, Snoop, he did the Steve Harvey show with Diddy after Tupac got killed. Check this out.
Okay. It's downloading right now.
Then you look at the scenario how everybody used Pac to make their stuff famous or make their project better. You got people who use their songs with Pac and tell them how much they love Pac, but they do songs with Puffy. You got Steve Harvey, old bit that, this motherfucker telling, well, Pac, according to everybody else, he brings Snoop and Puffy on there and say, these the dudes who's running this in the East Coast, West Coast.
What's up, Snoop?
What's up, huh? Hey, whoa. Wait a minute, fellas here. Hold up. I know all about this East Coast, West Coast rivalry thing here, but we in Chicago now. This rivalry stuff, we gotta stop it, man. We stop that, we stop a lot of this violence.
Yo, Steve, check this, man. All that East Coast, West Coast stuff is a bunch of media hype. It's been my dog from day one, you know what I'm saying? It's all good between me and him. That's my peoples.
For real, that's what we came here for. We came in and light it up and ride it up. We make it.
Now, Pac, if you love Pac so much, how you with the motherfuckers they got something to do with the first get down that happened to Pac in New York, then the second one.
What you think about Suge comments? And I never asked you this before, but did you have an issue with Snoop hanging out with Diddy after Tupac got killed?
I always felt that was wrong. I'm gonna just keep it real. I'm talking about from that, like now, okay. You know what I mean? I'm 46, Snoop probably early 50s. If he figured out now, he might go by the opinion like, okay, Puffy had nothing to do with Pac. We grown now. If he want to be his friend, no problem. But back then, that was just awkward. You know what I mean? And the reason why it was awkward to me that I never even like it because you knew how Pac.
At Def Comedy Jam 25, the venue was filled with legendary comedians, non-stop laughter, and an undeniable sense of anticipation. But beneath the celebration, one question appeared to overshadow everything else. Was Katt Williams going to show up?
You lying! You lying! He's lying! He didn't even buy it yet! Listen, he's lying!
According to the narrator, the message was obvious. Diddy was allegedly not acting alone and was protected by layers of influential individuals considered too powerful to challenge publicly. While Katt Williams never provided a complete list or directly identified all 7 figures he mentioned, his remarks were enough to trigger widespread speculation online. And as often happens, the internet started filling in the blanks. One of the first names repeatedly brought up in online discussions was Snoop Dogg, showing how quickly theories can spread when prominent figures remain unnamed. The narrator says many fans pointed to years of interviews, jokes, and clips where Snoop openly mentioned attending Diddy's parties or moving within the same social circles. As those older videos resurfaced alongside increasing online speculation, some people began questioning why Snoop's name was missing from the documentary. According to the narrator, one theory suggests that mentioning Snoop could have caused significant backlash, not only from fans, but also from influential figures within the entertainment industry. He argues that Snoop's position as a global brand and cultural icon has led many online to believe he is considered virtually untouchable. He also emphasizes that these claims remain speculative and have not been confirmed.
Went off without a hitch last night. A sense of that there. No, inside everything was fine, outside everything was fine. And Kevin Hart decided that he was going to make jokes about, well, I mean, he's the host, right? So you have to sort of roast a little bit about someone who's in the audience because, well, this person is in a prison, actually right now sitting in a courtroom, and that's Diddy. Yes, he didn't say his name, but it was very clear to everyone who he was talking about here. Watch the reactions in the room.
Diddy was a big part of this culture. You know, right. His after parties, you know, were a part of the BET experience. So, you know, life comes at you fast, but, you know, Kevin had to address the elephant in the room.
By the way, we should say the Diddy after parties that happen after award shows, that's not what the trial is about. Those weren't freak-offs. The trial is something separate, but still, nobody wanted to be seen as a...
Kevin Hart's name surprised many people, particularly as online rumors focused on his early career and alleged connections to events referred to as Flavor Camp. According to the narrator, these gatherings were associated with Diddy and were often described as opportunities for up-and-coming talent attempting to break into the entertainment industry. The narrator continues by saying that over time, those claims have fueled speculation and debate about how closely certain careers may have been connected behind the scenes. He presents these discussions as part of the wider online conversation, rather than as established facts.
Oh, no, man. You know, the internet is going wild on him, saying that he was a curator and a narrator of one of the Diddy parties and got caught on tape. You hear that?
Wow. I didn't hear that one.
That must be one of your favorite. That must be one of your favorite comedians, then. Cause you didn't hear that?
That was cool.
Huh?
I didn't hear it.
Get out of here.
It was cool, but I didn't hear that one. Must have missed it, man. I think I caught most of them.
I think he almost fell in the tub with one of the girls. Diddy had some girls in the tub, a tub of baby oil or something like that, and he almost fell in the tub. It was crazy.
You know, he would be one of the celebrities that I definitely wouldn't think would be involved in anything illegal, for sure.
But you gotta realize this, man. People who get caught up in certain those things like that, those parties and things like that, is that they don't go there looking for that stuff. You gotta understand, they get caught up in the moment with the alcohol, the drugs, and then certain bottles that are laced with certain things that take you away from your normal self. And you end up probably doing something that you probably never do again in your life. You'll never get caught up in those things ever before. There are a lot of celebrities that go to these parties like this. And they not only Diddy parties. I went to a party before and You Can't Handle the Truth and King Kong Ain't Got Nothing on Me was at one of those parties. I was bodyguarding one of the girls. So what I'm saying is that it's rampant, and this was years ago. This was over 20 years ago. It's rampant in the music industry. It's rampant in Hollywood, film, pictures.
Fans also began revisiting Kevin Hart's early comedy routines. According to the narrator, although none of the material proved anything, some viewers felt certain jokes took on a different meaning in light of recent events, leading to new questions about what he may have witnessed throughout his career. The narrator continues by saying that online speculation suggested naming Kevin Hart directly could have created major legal and business complications because of his extensive connections to major studios, projects, and commercial partnerships. He stresses that nothing was ever confirmed, but argues that the ongoing silence has only generated more curiosity and speculation online.
Can I tell you a story, Killer? I don't think I ever told you this story. This is what Puff taught me. One time I walked in when I was fresh off the streets. I got signed to Bad Boy. I had these fresh Air Nikes on, and then had on Air Nikes too, brand new. I made a mistake and stepped on his sneaker, and the dirt was on his laces, on his white Airs. I said, man, my bad, because I had stepped in some dirt. You know, the nigga came back, put his feet in the dirt, and stepped all over my sneakers. I said, yo, what are you doing? He said, my bad. I said, yo. The moral of the story is, nobody just want to hear you say.
Maze may be one of the quieter names in the conversation, but according to the narrator, his history with Bad Boy Records has received renewed attention because of his well-documented contract disputes, public frustrations, and the distance he kept after allegations surrounding Diddy began emerging. The narrator notes that many fans expected Maze to speak publicly, but he largely stayed silent, and that silence became a subject of discussion itself. He says some people believe Maze knows more than he has chosen to disclose, while others think he simply wants to leave the past behind. According to the narrator, online speculation suggests Maze's connection to Diddy was personal and close enough that speaking publicly could reopen doors he would rather keep closed. He presents these ideas as speculation rather than confirmed facts.
Maze was told the day before the incident at the celebrity basketball game that someone was coming for Puffy and Biggie. And another line that Maze said that caught my attention, man, was him saying that never found the killer. Why is there? How do you feel about him saying that? Because it sounds like he's referring to Biggie getting killed in LA, and Puffy, he's currently living in LA right now. And why does he feel so comfortable living somewhere that Biggie got killed at, knowing that they never found the killer and the murder is still unsolved?
Well, on all honestly, brother, you would have to ask him that. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm looking at it like that, then I know, you know, those mansions are heavily guarded, one. Two, he wasn't getting the love that he would get. I don't think he's getting love in LA. I don't know. He said he owns LA, he runs LA, he runs Miami, and he runs New York. So by him running LA, as he say he does, I would feel comfortable too. You know what I'm saying? If I knew for a fact that the person they got, and that was enough to call back all of everything, I would feel that comfortable too. But I wouldn't live there. I wouldn't go there. I'd do business and get on out of there if I was still afraid. I don't think he may have not ever been afraid. You understand? Because he never acted like he was afraid for whatever reason it was. I can't pinpoint it myself, man.
Hey, what's up, King Son? Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
Meek Mill's name entered the discussion after an audio clip surfaced online and quickly gained widespread attention, triggering intense debate. According to the narrator, some people immediately dismissed the recording, while others believed it warranted closer examination. He notes that Meek Mill denied any wrongdoing, but says the online controversy continued regardless. The narrator goes on to say that some online speculation suggested directly naming Meek Mill in the documentary could have caused legal complications, including possible defamation claims, business risks, and media backlash that distributors may have wanted to avoid. According to the narrator, some people viewed the omission as an example of content being excluded for protection rather than accuracy. He presents that as a theory circulating online, not as an established fact.
Hey, that Meek Mills and Puff was a little too friendly. Anytime two rappers or two people in the industry come dressed up alike on more than one occasion, listen here, man. My dudes in Philly, I got some real strong dudes in Philly. They don't play that.
And they probably embarrassed for the fact to see that Meek Mills, one of the street guys that came out of there, got caught up in this Hollywood. Whereas that he's dressing like Diddy, hugged up with Diddy. I think that Lil Rod know a lot of, but I know this. Two men dress alike, it's just like two men laying down. When they both get up, they both homos. And that's real talk, bruh. My man, you go to a party, dog, and the nigga got the same shirt you got on, I'm taking my shirt off. I'm walking around in a t-shirt. And then, not to blow Meek Mills up out the water or anything like that, it was said that they checked his Google search and all that, and he was searching for some online gay porn and all that.
Oh, wow.
Crazy, bro. But listen, those are what, you know, it's crazy that money, that lifestyle, and you trying to fit into something get you. These guys never set out to do all this. Meek Mills, when he got into the game, he didn't set out to be questioning about his manhood with Diddy. But he put himself in that position.
Like, you know, where we hanging out and what we doing, we can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. You know, I have been given custody of him. You know, he signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when you know he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours.
Perhaps the most sensitive names mentioned were Justin Bieber and Usher, both of whom were connected with Diddy early in their careers. According to the narrator, older interviews and videos involving both artists resurfaced, leading to renewed discussion online. He also notes that Justin Bieber's emotional reactions during certain interviews over the years have caused some people to speculate about what he may have experienced as a young artist. The narrator says some viewers questioned whether young performers within the industry were properly protected. He then argues that the documentary may have deliberately avoided focusing on Justin Bieber and Usher, not because the subject was insignificant, but because publicly discussing individuals who could potentially be seen as victims might have caused more harm than good. According to the narrator, that is why their names were ultimately excluded from the documentary.
Yo, they don't even bootleg no more, man. So it's gonna be hard to figure it out if it does exist.
Do you believe the guy in the tape is white?
If he's bigger than Diddy, and he's not none of the names that I said, probably so. But then they say he was young too.
Yeah, they say he was young.
Let me get his name right. I hope it ain't the Bieber. I hope it's not the Bieber.
That's a good one. It might be him. But if they saying that the guy is young and he's an A-lister, I can't think of that many black people, man.
Right. Not at all. And somebody that's more powerful, more of a celebrity than Diddy. You understand what I'm saying? If they were saying somebody that was more celebrity than Diddy, he was an A-lister, he was younger. You know what I'm saying? And if he's not black, it would have to be the Bieber. That's his name, Bieber? They said I got that wrong too. Justin Bieber, allegedly. I don't know, bro.
Right. But when you heard the news that Diddy, he had a tape with another man, did that catch you by surprise or not?
Well, all this is by surprise to me. A lot of this is by surprise to me, to be totally honest, man. Because I knew Puff, I knew Puff Daddy, I knew Diddy before he was Love and Brother Love and back to Diddy. So, no, but the diddler, he's the diddler now. A lot of it's surprising, but it's not unheard of. Because you hear of all kinds of shit, and whether it registered with you or you internalize it or something like that, that's a whole nother story. But a lot of this stuff is crazy, but this is the world that we live in now.
According to the narrator, 50 Cent addressed the rumors carefully, explaining that documentaries are shaped by practical limits such as runtime, episode count, and legal considerations. At the same time, Katt Williams, through jokes and subtle comments, seemed to suggest that the edits may have been influenced by strategy rather than creativity alone. The narrator says, online speculation has identified several possible reasons for the omissions, including legal concerns, distribution challenges, industry influence, and even the possibility of preventing harm to individuals who may have been affected. He stresses that none of these theories have been confirmed and remain matters of public speculation. According to the narrator, despite the continued discussion, the missing names were never included. He concludes by saying that for many viewers, the most striking part wasn't simply who was left out, but how familiar the pattern seemed, with one public figure becoming the center of attention, while the wider system quietly faded into the background, much like some believe has happened in previous controversies.
Jazz, Ray J, Clive Davis, how are they all connected?
I want to say Diddy, but I don't.
We're gonna be going through all of those possibilities.
Oh, okay. I wasn't supposed to answer. Okay.
And when we started LA as a graveyard, then, it was like, okay, we can't just say that anymore, especially after I took them up to 35 for us to film about what happened in Mo there. It's hip hop.
Yeah.
And that's going to be moving on to Tombstone.
Okay.
And we'll be going through the unexpected, unusual deaths, unsolved murders, mysteries, things of that nature, things that I know, things that I'm directly connected to. We want to create this aspect because we want to start teasing people's minds into wanting to get these crimes solved, because the truth is, it seems like the hardest murder to solve in America is a rap murder. They just don't seem to get solved.
Without question.
That's a problem.
Without question.
Because we got over 35, 40 years of hip-hop homicides.
Yes.
How many of them get solved?
They created a whole show. Yeah.
Unsolved hip-hop mystery? Are you kidding me?
Hey. I have to ask you, you mentioned Clive Davis. They just showed him recently walking into somewhere, and they asked him about Diddy, and he said who? Is that old age, or does he not, they're not in the same world? Or they're in the same world, but they're not.
According to the narrator, after Sean Combs, The Reckoning was released, many viewers noticed that the discussion quickly became narrower, keeping the spotlight focused almost entirely on Diddy. He says broader questions, such as who funded the events, who arranged the venues, who attended them over the years, and who approved what was happening, gradually disappeared into the background. The narrator adds that some online commentators compared the situation to earlier entertainment industry controversies, arguing that a familiar pattern appeared to be developing. One person becomes the public focus, while any discussion that seems to involve a broader network of influential individuals is often dismissed as unverified, too risky, or beyond the scope of mainstream discussion. He presents these observations as opinions and speculations circulating online, rather than established.